This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so let's start. Let's see what are the things we covered. July weekday, right? Yeah. So we have covered, the basic Java things, different options of print our system.out or println statement. Then, different data types. Then also we have discussed about, different string operation. And I told you string is a class. We discussed about the difference between string and string buffer, and different operations you can perform, play around with string class. Okay. And also we have discussed about if else loop and if else if, and I told you to try out some examples. So those are the things we have covered till now. Today we will be starting with the looping. So before I go to the loop, is there any question or any doubt from your end? Anything else you guys wanted to ask before that, or it's all fine?
Yeah, Abhishek, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let's talk about different looping today. So I am creating a new class. Say Java for loop, for example. Okay. So I'm selecting public static void main. As I told you, you select this as of now. Okay, public static void main. Why you need to select? What is the use of it? If you don't select, what will happen? What is the meaning of public? What is the meaning of static? What is the meaning of void? Everything I am going to explain. Okay, don't worry. So as of now, as I told you, while creating class, please select it. Now, in some cases, some piece of code you need to execute multiple times. Okay, so you need to execute, you need to put some certain condition, and if the condition is true, you need to execute those things again and again. So to handle such kind of scenarios, we need to use a loop. So the very common and popular thing is for loop. Okay, so it's the same in all programming language. If you have done some basic C++ programming or any other programming in college days also, you must be aware of these things. Okay, so in the for loop, what will happen? You have to initialize it, then you have to put some condition. If the condition is true, then only it will execute, and it is keep on executing till the condition is true. So what we can write for, you have to initialize using some variable. Like I am writing integer. Okay, one more second. Initialize means you have to write I equal to 0. Okay, then put semicolon, then put some condition. For example, I less than 10. Again semicolon. Again you write, when you run this for loop next time, you want to increment the value or you want to decrement the value. I want to increment the value of I plus plus. This is the for loop. So this for loop will run when I value starts from 0 till, okay, first it will be I value 0, 0 less than 10, this is true. It will execute the for loop. Then I value I am incrementing by 1. So next time I value will be 1. 1 less than 10, correct. It will execute the for loop and I value will be 2. 2 less than 10, next time 3, 4, 5, 6, till 9 it will execute. When I value will be 10, 10 less than 10, this condition is false, correct? So it will come out of this loop. So this for loop will execute I value from 0 to 9. And here I am getting an error message because I have declared I, and he is not able to figure it out what is I. So you have to declare integer. Okay, or most no, we don't declare separately. You can declare inside that also integer. That is the one of the advantage. You don't have to declare it separately. So let me just print the value of I. I am just printing the value. So when I run this, you can see it's printing from 0 to 9. If I write less than equal to, that means when I value is 10, 10 less than 10, this condition is also will be true. Then it will execute from 0 to 10. Okay. So earlier it was 0 to 9. Now the output is 0 to 10. See. It's not like you have to initialize always from 0. You can start from any point. You can start from say 4. Okay. You can start from say anything 4 to 12. So here you have to take care whether it is less than or less than equal to. Less than equal to means it will execute till I value is 12. If it is less than, it will execute till I value is 11. Because when I value is 12, 12 less than 12 is false. So it is not going to execute. Okay. So now it will is printing 4 to 11. Because I am initializing it 4 and I'm checking this condition. You should be a little bit careful also while doing it. I am initializing I value is 20. If I run it, it's done, there is no output. Why? Because I value is 20, 20 less than 12, this condition is not satisfied. So it's not at all entering into the for loop. Okay. So this is what is for loop. Now, say I am doing 10. Instead of I plus plus, I put I minus minus. What is going to happen? Here I am saying you decrement the value of I. First I value is 2. 2 less than 10, true. It will enter and I value will be 1 next time. 1 less than 10, this is also true. It will enter into the for loop. Next time I value will be 0. 0 less than 10 also true. Next time I will be minus 1. Minus 1 less than 10, this is also true. Minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So always this condition will be true. So this for loop will enter into an infinite loop. Because this condition is always true. It will never be false. So it will not stop. Okay. See, if I am running here, see, it's executing. So in such cases, you should be careful whether you are putting incremental or decremental operator. Accordingly, you have to take care. Now, here you can see there is a button called terminate button, a red color button. So using this button, you can stop your script. You can pause your script. Okay, just click here and see. I'm stopping my script. Okay, so you be careful what you are using, incremental or decremental operator. Here it should be plus plus. Okay. Same way, you can write like this: for integer I equal to 10, I say I am writing greater than equal to 0, then I minus minus minus. Okay, so this way also I can write. So here I value is starting from 10 and it will go to the opposite direction. Okay, so 10 greater than equal to 0, correct. It will enter into the for loop. Then I minus minus means I value will be 9 next time. So 8 up to 0 it is going to execute. 10 to 0. The top section 2 to 9. Okay, so you can use both increment and decremental operator. Main thing you need to take care what you are initializing and what condition you are putting. Greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, whatever. Okay. Now talk about the first thing. Let me add all the numbers from say 0 to 10. Basically I want you to do output like this: 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 10, whatever the output. It total is 55, I know. So I need to print this 55. I need to know the output here. Okay, so what we can do in such cases? How can we add all the numbers from 0 to 10? In such cases, let's write the program. I am initializing I value 0 less than equal to 10 I plus plus. So I'm starting from 0, I am saying less than equal to 10 and I plus plus. Here, what I am going to do, I am declaring some variable s equal to 0. I am initializing s. Here, what I am writing, s equal to s plus I. Okay, s equal to s plus I. So, what it is happening, when I write s equal to s plus I, so first s value is 0, I value is also 0. Okay, so the output will be 0. So s value is 0. Next time I value is 1. Now s value is 0. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So next time s value will be 1 now. Because this is 0, this is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. And this 1 I am assigning it to s. Now s value is 1. I value will be 2. 1 plus 2, 3. So s value will be now 3. Next time 3 plus 3, 6. So s value will be 6. Next time 6 plus I value is 4, 4, 10. So like this it is going to execute. And it is going to execute until I value is 10. Okay. So if outside the for loop, if I print the value of x, it will give me the final output. If I run it, if I go up, can you see it's giving me 55. Okay. So got it. This is the way you can add all the numbers from 0 to 10. So for example, in case, after executing this program, you are not sure, you are not clear what's going on. Okay. So you can debug your program also. For debugging my program, let me comment it out, below one. I don't want to, execute it. So I want to debug it. How to debug your program? For debug your program, you need one breakpoint here. Okay. So if you double click on any line, one breakpoint is going to enter. Say I want to stop my program at line number 9. If I double click, see, can you see one small dot here? So this is nothing but line breakpoints. If you put your cursor, it will show. I have entered one breakpoint. Or some people call it debug point. If I again double click, see, it's gone. Means there is no breakpoint now. Again, let me double click. See, you can see small dot. That is a breakpoint. Okay. Now, okay, what I'm saying. Now, when I debug my program will execute and stop at this breakpoint. How to execute in the debug mode? The top right corner, you can see one debug icon. Can you see in your Eclipse debug icon? You click on this debug icon. To click, it is going to take you to this mode, debug mode. Okay, it is going to take you to the debug mode. Now I have to run my program. So this is my program basically. If you wanted to run, here is some bug icon. Okay, so you should not click on this run button. You have to click on this debug icon, this debug run icon. Clear? So when I click on this debug icon, your program is going to run and execute and stop at that point. Okay. So my program is going to execute and stop at the breakpoint. Let's execute it. Can you see? My program is executing and stopping at line number 9. The line where it is highlighting means my program stops here, but it is not yet executed line number 9. Okay, it is not yet executed. Here you can see, s equal to 0. Breakpoint, you can see what are the breakpoint you have used and all. Okay, so it is coming from different programs I have used in lot of places. Okay, idea also. So here you can see s equal to 0 because it is taking this value line number 8, s equal to 0. Now you can see the value is changing. So to execute line by line, so to execute line by line, you have to press F6. I'm pressing control, sorry, not control, F6 key you have to press. Function F6 key. So I'm pressing F6, it will execute line number 9 and it will stop at the next point. F6. Can you see? It executed line number 9, now it's waiting at line number 10. See here, you can see I value is 0, S value is also 0. Here also if you put a cursor, you can see. Okay. Now S value is 0, I value is 0. It will do 0 plus 0. So this S value will be 0 now. Again I am pressing F6. See 0. Now I value will be 1. F6. See, it's highlighting I value is 1. Now what will happen? S value is 0, I value is 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So you can see the S value will change to 1 now. It is showing 0, right? This will change to 1 now. So I am pressing again F6. Can you see S value is 1? Now I value is 2. 2 less than 10 is less than equal to 10. This is also true. So it will enter. Now 2 plus 1, 3. S value will be 3. Can you see? Now I value is, I value is 3. S value is 3. 3 plus 3, 6. So S value will be 6. Okay. Now I value is 4. Like this it's executing. Now see, I value is 10. So 10, S value is 45. 10 plus 45 is 55. It will execute and go to line number 9. Now what is the value of S? S value, S value is 55 and I value is 10. I value was 10. Now I value will be 11 now. Now this condition it will check. It will return him false. As soon as it returns him false, it is not going to enter into the if. It will come at line number 12. So I am pressing F6. Now it's coming line number 12. That's it. That's it. Done. Okay. So this is the way. If it will help you while debugging. You are using some program. You are seeing that variable value is not correct, or it's not taking the correct value and all. In such cases, you can try out all this. Okay. And also the you can debug this program, you can put a breakpoint and you can learn what is happening and all. If you want to go back to the normal mode, before the debug icon, again there is an icon called Java in the top right corner. You click here, it will take you to normal mode. Okay. So this is the way you can debug your program and you can do that. Clear? Any question?
It's clear, Abhishek.
Okay. If it is clear, I want you to, I'm just writing, practice. I want you to add all the number from 10 to 0 opposite direction. 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus up to 1 plus. This output will be 55. Can you do it later? How you are going to do? Just any high level idea? Anyone can tell.
Something like s is equals to s minus 1. No. Sorry. We'll have a negative loop like I is equals to 10 from I is greater than equal to 0, I minus minus, and the same concept s is equals to s plus I.
Exactly. Basically, this for loop you have to try. Right? You have to try this way and then you have to use the same concept. Okay? Now, in the for loop, it's not like you always have to increment by 1. You can increment by more than 1 values also. For integer I equal to 0, I less than say 50, I equal to I plus 3, for example. I'm just printing I. So if I run, it will increment by 3, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 like this. Write 5, it will increment by 5. 0, 5, 10, 15 and all. 45. Okay? That also you can do. Or you can write just I plus equal to 5. If I write I plus equal to 5, it's nothing but I equal to I plus 5. Okay, it's the same thing. Now, I want you to print all the even number from between 0 to 50 or 0 to 100. What you are going to do? Say 0 to 50. How you are going to print? I equal to 0, I less than equal to 50, I plus 2. If I run it, it's printing all the even number from 0 to 50. 0 to 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and all these things till 50. Clear? This way you can print all the even number. Now, say for example interview, they asked this question. You wrote this program, it is fine. Now they told you, I don't want you to use, like this, I plus 2. I want you to use I plus plus only and do it. How you are going to do it? Can you tell me? Print all the even numbers.
Okay, like we can initiate I is equal to 0 plus 2.
Here you are saying?
Either there or in the for loop itself.
For loop, I equal to?
I plus
0 plus 2.
Something like that.
So what is going to happen?
I plus 2. I is equals to I plus 2.
I plus 2. So it's printing some. Here.
I plus 1. No. Something similar to.
So here, instead of that, remember I spoke about something called mod, which will give you the reminder. So can I say I mod 2? If it is 0, then only you print.
Yes, correct.
I'll write if I mod 2 equals to 0, then only you print it. Okay, so let me run.
Correct.
Clear? So this is what are the different uses of for loop. So you do this and I want you to print, give me the output like this, 7 into 1 equal to 7. Then next line, it will be 7 into 2 equal to 14. So like this you give me. Finally, it will be 7 into 10 equal to 70. Okay, can you do it? This is for 1. This is 2. Can you try it out? So I want you to print that also. Okay, that also you try. You have to print 7, then you have to print into, then you have to print 1, then you have to print equal to, then it will be 7. Next it will be you have to print 7, you have to print into, you have to print 2 equal to 14. Okay, it's not only 7, 14, 21, something like that. You have to print, you have to show me that also. Can you guys try it out? I have all the programs. I'm not showing you because I want you to do some practice. Since most of the people who have joined this training, I mean, we are mainly from manual testing background or the other, not from the programming background. So this will help you when you write. It will help you, you'll be comfortable writing programs and all. Okay, so do not ignore actually. Okay, so please try it out, and if you have any doubt, definitely I am here. I will be sharing the program and all. This is the second. Also, one more thing I want you to try. I want you to declare some number, say integer x equal to maybe some number. Whatever the number you are declaring, I want you to print it in the reverse order. 4738 maybe. Okay. If you enter something else, so I can change. You can change the number and try. You can change the number of the value of x. It will print 3432. Okay. So how can you do it? Number 3. If any idea, any high level idea, can you guys tell me? So everywhere you should use for loop, if loop and all. Nothing else. So how you are going to get it? Any idea? Just high level, if any one of you can tell. Okay. So let me
Like dividing it by 100 or 1000, and whatever remainder we get, we'll store it first. Something like that.
Yes, you are correct, but not 100 or 1000, by 10.
Okay. Okay.
If you divide it by 10, your remainder will be 3.
3.
So you store 3, print 3, and remaining value you again reassign it to x.
Okay.
Okay. Then again you divide it. Then you have to create a loop. Again divide it by 10. Remainder will be
10.
4. Print 4. Remaining value 23. You should assign it to x. Okay. Again like this, and you can do. Okay. So try it out. These 3 things. If you have any doubt, let me know. Okay. So clear? What about Ankit, Satish? Are you guys able to follow?
Yes,
Yes,
Abhishek,
Abhishek.
able to follow.
Okay. So try it out, all these things. If you have any doubt, let me know. So this is what is for loop. If you write these couple of programs and all, I mean, it should be fine. You should be able to easily figure it out. Okay. Now, next is there is something called while loop, similar to for loop. So let me close it. In while loop, what normally we do in while, we write the word while, then we put some condition. I am saying if the condition is true, then only you execute this loop. Okay, we put some condition. If the condition is true, then only you execute this loop. Okay. So here I am going to do something. Let's see, I am writing integer, say same thing maybe, I equal to say 3 or 0, whatever. I am writing while I less than equal to 10. Then you enter into the while loop. In the while loop, I am just printing the value of I. You have to write incremental or decremental operator, I plus plus. So this for loop will execute. First I value is 3, 3 less than 10, true, it will enter into the while loop. Here line number 9, it will print 3. Then I am incrementing the value of I. I value is 4. 4 less than 10, again it will enter 5. I value will be 5 next time. Up to 10. When I value is 11, 11 less than 10, less than equal to 10, this condition is false. It is going to come out of this loop. Okay, so basically the for loop only here I am writing in 3 lines. One, first I am initializing, then I am putting the condition inside while, and then I am writing increment or decremental operator. So if I run it, see 3 to 10. Okay, so this is the way you can use while loop. So I want you, what you need to do, using while you add all the numbers up to 10. Also I want you to add all the numbers in the reverse order. Write the output. Okay, so similar to as for loop, can you please try it out? If there is any issues, any doubt, let me. Okay, so most of the things where you can use while loop, you can use the for loop also. Where you can use for loop, you can use while loop also. But in some cases, you have to use only while loop. You can't use for loop. Okay, for example, I told you, there is a list, for example, and I say there is a list, and I told you to print all the elements from this list. How you are going to do that? Okay, how you are going to do that? When I told you, you add all the element from a list. So you can use while loop, and you can say in the while condition, while there is an element in the list, you execute this while loop. So you don't have to limit the number. So it will go and increment the while loop. It will check if there is an element in the list or not. As soon as there is an element, it is going to execute. And it is going to print all the elements from this list. So some method will be there, like I'll tell you in a set, when you will be doing the set, there is a thing called has next. So I can say has next will tell you whether there is any element in the set or not. Has next will return you true and false as soon as there is an element. So how you are going to use it in the for loop? Has next method. You can't use it. So here maybe we can write As soon as has next means as soon as this is true, you enter. It will enter, it will execute, again it will go to the next line, again check whether there is an element in the set or not. Again, if it is true, it will go to the next line. Like this it is going. As soon as the set is empty, it will come out of this loop. You don't have to tell him. Okay, we'll see collection in collection APIs, all these things. Okay, so try it out, these two things. And there is something called do while. Okay, so here, see one more thing. If I write I value equal to 30, and if I run it, it's not going to enter, right? The output nothing, because first condition itself is false, so it is coming out. It is not going to enter at all. Correct? Now in the do while, what it will do, it will first execute at least once. Then it will check the condition. Means it will tell you, you do this first. Then you check the condition. Then you execute. Like do, you can write while. Like this. So what I'm saying, for example, consider the same thing, integer x equal to 30. What I'm doing, I did, I'm just printing x plus plus I'm incrementing. How many number of times I need to execute? Until and unless x less than equal to 10. So see what is happening. Here if I run, see at least it's printing 30. So it's printing the first value 30. First it prints, then increment, and then check the condition. So first it will print, it will not check whether condition is true, false. He is not bothered about all these things. It will first check the condition. Since the condition is false, I mean, it will just print it, then it will increment, that is 31, then it will check the condition. Since the condition is not matching, so it is coming out. Okay, so first it will do. If I write 3 and run it, see 3 to 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so if the so first case it is going to print 3 without checking any condition. Then x value will be 4, then 4 less than 10, true, again it will execute. It will print 4, then x value will be 5. If it is 5 less than 10, true, again it will go. Like this it is going to execute. Okay, so that is the difference between while and do while. So do while, first it will do, then it will check the condition. And in while it will first check the condition, then it will execute this part, whatever you are writing inside the while loop. Okay, so clear, while, do while. So these are the some of the conditional, things, while loop, for loop, and all this stuff. So these are the very basic things in Java. Okay, yeah, any question?
No question actually.
Yeah, okay. So so these are the very basic things in Java. So I request you guys to please practice, you write something and some scripts or something. So don't ignore, because it will help you while writing the programs and all. And we'll be using a lot all these things, if else loop, for loop, while loop, and I mean you need it in every program. Without that you can't proceed. Okay, that is the reason I covered it, because most of the people are from non-programming background, or they have left the programming concept in college days. Maybe after that they have not done anything in the programming point of view. They might be working on different things and all, or might be working on different languages also, not in Java. Okay, so practice all these things. Now If you are okay with this, next concept is array. Okay. So shall I start with array or any question you wanted to ask before that?
We can start.
Okay. Okay, just give me
Just
1
a
minute.
question.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
Like anything related to, like I guess in interviews they ask when you will use the concept of while loop, when you will use do while loop. So the answer should be it depends upon the requirement, right?
Yeah, it depends upon the requirement, as I told you, right? You need to first execute at least once
Hmm.
without checking any condition. You go for do while.
Correct.
Okay. Then you can check the condition. But you know, you don't need to. You don't want to execute anything without checking the condition. Okay. Then you go for a while loop.
While or for loop, anything is fine, right?
I mean, it depends on how you can use both. You can use both the concepts basically.
Okay.
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 Okay. So let's start with array. So before that, just give me 1 minute. I'll be back in a minute. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yes,
Yes,
Abhishek.
Abhishek.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's start with array. So in case you face any question in the interview and all, most probably they are not going to ask anything whatever we studied till now. So those will be required when you will write the program. Okay. So your mainly questions will be mainly from method and all, and some questions might be from array also. Okay, there could be some questions from array also, and your main question will start from the method. Let's see what is array and why it is, when you are going to use array and all. So for that, let me create a class. Java array1. What is array and when we are going to use it? Array. Think about it. I want to declare multiple values inside okay, I want to assign multiple values to different variables. What I can do, let's consider integer x1 equal to maybe 10, x2 equal to maybe 33, x3 equal to maybe 21, x4 equal to maybe 40, something like this we need to declare. Okay, so if you have some set of values, you need to declare different variables, which is not the right thing actually. Why you should declare so many variables? Using so many variables, it's a problem. Instead of doing that, what you can do, you can declare an integer array. How to declare integer array? Instead of doing like this, you can write integer, then you saw variable name, for example x. So normally we write x equal to some value. When you are declaring array, you give this bracket. This bracket means it's an array. You are declaring an array of integer. Now you have to give this curly bracket. Inside that you write all the values. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is the way you can declare. Okay. So this is the way you can declare. Now what will be the length of an array? Length means how many elements are there. Length is nothing but number of values inside it, which is nothing but 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total values is 5. Okay. So length is nothing but the number of elements here. But when you identify each and every element, you have to identify by index. The first element is in the 0 position. second will be in the first position, third will be in the second position, fourth will be in the third position, fifth will be in the fourth position. So index start from 0. Index will start from 0, but length will be the total number of elements present inside this array. Okay. So see, if I want to print any element from an array, okay, first print the length. So you have to write x dot. See, there is an inbuilt method called length here. From here only you can learn. See, length, they have mentioned colon int, means it is going to return you an integer when you use length. If I run it, it is giving me 5. That is, length of the array is 5. Okay, length of the array is 5. That is, there are 5 elements total. Okay, if I remove 2 elements and run it, length of the array is 3. Okay, if I add some more elements, 66, 3, some elements, if I run, length of the array is 7. The length will give you nothing but how many elements are there inside an array. But index will start from 0. See, I am going to print. How you are going to print an element from an array? You have to write x. Inside this bracket, you have to write the index. If I write 1, see, it is not the first element. It is basically the second element. So it's printing 20, not 10. First element index is 0. If I run it, printing 10. Last element index is 6 because there are total 7 elements. So 0 to 6. If I run it, it's giving me 3. If I run it 7, there is no element in this 7, right? It is up to 0 to 6. But still you are saying that print 7. So basically you are going out of the boundary of that array. It is not within the range. So Java compiler is smart enough, he can figure it out. He can figure it out that you are going out of the range. So when you run it, see, it executed line number 10 and it's printing 7. And while executing line number 11, he is saying, see, can you see array index out of bound exception? He is giving you an exception. Out of bound exception 7. He is saying you are going out of the boundary. So this is called exceptions in Java. So in Java compiler, he can handle the exceptions and he can throw you. He can tell you these are the exceptions in Java. Okay. So there is something called, one topic we will be covering, that is called exception handling. There I am going to talk about it, how you are going to handle the exception. Okay, how you can handle the exceptions in Java. Okay, that we'll see later. So this is the case.
Abhishek, I have a question here. Why did
Yeah.
it print 7?
Sorry,
Why did it print 7?
I print 7. I'm saying you in case by mistake you write it. You can't print 7, right? That's why he is giving me an error message.
No, in
Okay,
the
so by
console
mistake you
there
are
was.
writing some programming logic.
Mhm.
Okay, so you will get an exception. So for example, you are not sure how many elements will be there inside an array. Okay, so if you print something, if that is not there, it will give you an exception. It will tell you you are going out of the range, out of the boundary. So these are the exceptions. So handle this kind of exception, there is some concept called exception handling. So when I talk about exception handling, you will get to know more about it. You will have more idea. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Now I want to print all the elements from this array. How to print? You can use for loop. For integer, say I equal to 0, I less than, I can write 7. But you should not write less than equal to. If you write less than equal to, then I7 you will get an exception. But if I write less than 7, tomorrow if I add 2 more values or reduce one value, there will be an error, right? So I don't want to hard code. Instead of 7, I'll write x dot length and I plus plus. Here I can print x of I. So I will be 0, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So it's printing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 3. Okay, if I write less than equal to, there will be a problem at the end. So it will execute, 0 to 6, but at the 7th time, it will give me an exception. See, after that, it's throwing me an exception, array index out of bound exception. Okay, 6. So it's saying, you are going out of the boundary. So it should not be less than equal to. So the last element of the array is nothing but the length of an array minus 1. Or you can, write like this also, x less than equal to x dot length minus 1. Maybe you can put it in a bracket. But anyway, why should I write, the other way? When I can straightforward, I can declare less than. Here, if I write comma, something, I'm getting an error message because this array I have declared as integer array. So you cannot enter any string or anything. If I write true also, I'll get an error. This is a boolean. You can declare boolean array. Okay, or other stuff also. If I write say 4.7, you will get an error message because this is a double. So you know all these things, right? Different data types. So similar way, can you try to declare other arrays? Like, let me write the string s equal to new string. Oh, sorry, string s equal to. So I am declaring a string array. Here I can write, Java, comma, WebDriver, comma, testng, JUnit. Okay. It. So here, how many elements are there? 4 elements. See, testng JUnits might be the, two different words, but it's under the same element. Okay, so there are total 4 elements. If you see s dot length, save it and run it, it's giving you 4. There are total 4 elements inside this. Okay. Now same way you can print. Correct? Using the same for loop and logic, you can print this element. Clear? So similar way, can you create the array for double, boolean, character and try to print? Yes. So can you try it out, or do you want me to show? I want you guys to try it out more.
We will try it out, okay.
So same thing, it's nothing but different data types you have to declare accordingly you have to do. So if you declare something as a double, there you can declare integer also. Integer accepts everything. If you declare something as a string, only string you can declare, or in the double code if you write some integer also, this is nothing but actually a string. Right, in the double code if you write 20. Okay, so same way you try for other things also, and let me know if you have any doubt. Also, I want you to do one more thing. So you declare an integer array like this or whatever, give some random values. Okay, so what I want you to do, add all the numbers from array X. Can you do it? I want you to add all the numbers from X. Basically, you have to give me the output 10 plus 20, 30, 30 plus 30, 60, 100, 150, 153. So the output will be 153. How can you do it? Any idea? How can we add all the values? So the things will be the same last, you know, what I did here, like this only. So here also you have to declare, something. Instead of I, you have to write only X of I. X of I will take the value one by one, right, from here. X0, X1, X2, X3, X4, X5. Okay, so it will take the value of X of I. I index will start from 0. So X0 is the first element, then X2, X3, X4. Instead of 10, you have to write X dot length, right? So that's what you have to do, nothing else. Okay, so same concept you use and you write X of I instead of I, similar to that program. Clear? Got it? What you need to do?
Yes, Abhishek.
Try it out, all these things. Now, same here, array X, whatever you declared, or you can use something else also, double and all, whatever you try. Here, print the difference of two adjacent numbers. What I want you to print the difference of two adjacent numbers of array X. Differences. Adjacent number means this 10, 20, then 20, 30, then 30, 40, then 40, 50, 53. Basically, first it will print 10 minus 20, minus 10, 20 minus 30, minus 10, 30 minus 40, minus 10, 40 minus 50, minus 10, 50 minus 3, minus 47. I want to print this. I want you to print this. So how to do that? I'm not going to write the program. I'm just telling you to do it. You do something like this. Okay, some value may be s equals to x of I minus x of I plus 1. Something like this. Or you want to do it in opposite way? Say maybe I plus 1 minus x of I. Okay, clear? Can you try it out? So first I want you to try. Okay, if you are not able to try, I'll tell you. I'll be anyway share all these things later. But before that, if you are not able to, get the correct output also, I want you to Google it out also before you come back to me. Why I'm saying that is very important. Okay, don't take it lightly, because ultimately, as I told you, in Java there are lots of things. Even in WebDriver also there are more than 10,000 function method interface. You cannot sit and learn one by one. You need to Google it out also sometimes. But you can't Google it out simply. For that, you need to know the each and every concept of Java, each and every concept of WebDriver. Then only you can, Google it out and figure it out how to write. And the reason I am asking you to Google it out, the reason is, see here the team I am handling, right? There are a couple of members, 7 members. So when we stuck with something new, we need to Google it out. I noticed in my team, 4 or 5 people are smart enough. They are Googling it out and they are getting the output. But 2 or 3 people, they are Googling it out and they are not able to figure it out the issue also. So the reason I am saying that is also one skill which is required. You need to know also to Google it out, figure it out the issues, why it is not working, what's the issue and all. Okay, so that skill also you need to know. So that is the reason actually I told you, if you are not getting the correct output, just go and Google it out first. Type with something. So that thing also you need to learn. How to Google it out, how to get the things. Okay, get read 1 or 2 things and get the out. So even in your team also, if you stuck something, some new issues, you can see if there are 5 members are facing the same issues. Out of 5 members, maybe 2-3 members are very smart enough, they can Google and figure it out what are the things. But 1 or 2 members, Google is common for everyone. He is giving the same result for everyone. But still some people are struggling with the Google and they are not able to fix the issues. Okay, so that is also important. You should be, comfortable. You should be, should have that skill also to how to Google it out, figure out the issues. Okay, so try all these things. If you have any doubt, you can, just Google it out and fix that. Okay, after that, I am here. You can definitely come back to me and ask me. And I will be sharing the program. By seeing itself, you can figure it out. What else you have to do? Okay. So try all these things. I declared, integer array. I declared, string array. You declare double, boolean, character, print, all these things. Then you declare and add all the numbers from an integer array, and also you print the differences, to adjacent numbers. Okay, clear? What are the things you need to do?
Yes.
Let me create. Okay, great. Java array 2.
This conference will now be recorded.
Next is one more thing. You can declare, for example, in some cases you are not aware how many values are there inside an array. You need to enter the values in the runtime. You need to enter into the runtime. So in such cases, we declare first the array. So if I talk about string array, I am declaring a string array. String, for example, s like this, equal to, you have to assign some memory to that array when you declaring the array. Later you can add the values. Okay, so you use the keyword new. I'll talk about new keyword when we will go through the object concept. Okay, so you are declaring string s equal to new string, and you add say 3. What will happen, this array is going to occupy 3 memory for you. Later you can enter the values. See, if I print the length of an array, s dot length. If I save and run it, see, the length is 3. Length of the array is 3. See, I have not assigned any values. So I've just declared an array and I allocated 3 memories to this array. So this is the biggest disadvantage of this array. So you don't enter any element, he is going to occupy some memory for you. and no one else can use it. So there might be wastage of memory also for this kind of array. Okay, so you will see, to overcome that situation, we will not be using this kind of array. Instead of that, we will be using list. I'll talk about list later when we'll talk about collection APIs. Okay, that is the disadvantage. As soon as you declare, it is going to occupy the memory. Same way, integer may be, x equal to new int 4. So see, if I print the length, x dot length, and if I run it, it's going to occupy 4 memory. Length is 4. That is the disadvantage. Okay, how to enter the element inside this array? And again, index will start from 0. So s0 equal to something, s1 equal to something, s2 equal to something. So I have added all the values s0, s1, s2. Remember, I cannot write s3. You will get array index out of bound because total length is 3, but index start from 0, right? 0, 1, 2. Now, if I print for integer I equals to 0, I less than s dot length, I plus plus. Okay, so s of 5. If I run it, it's printing A, B, C. Same way, I can declare it here also. Instead of s, it will be x. Here also you can enter some values like s0 equal to maybe 11, x. So I am directly entering x2, 45. I am not entering x1 and x3. So if I run it, see the output 11, 0. Can you see 0? 45, 0. Because I have not entered inside x2, x1 and x3 position. So that's why I told you it's going to occupy the memory. It's going to enter the 0 by default value if you don't assign any value. Here also, for example, I am not assigning any value to s1. I am assigning only s0 and s2. If I run it, see it's printing now null. So there is a difference between null and empty. Both are not same. Null means there is a null value. There is no value, but I have occupied this memory. Empty means it's empty and is available. Null means it's not available. It's like you are traveling by flight. You book the 2 tickets. Okay, but you are alone traveling. You sit and you next sit also. 1A and 1B. But that doesn't mean anyone can come and sit. Or they cannot say, oh no, there is some emergency person, he need to travel. They cannot say, no, there is one seat available because only one person is traveling. But he or she booked 2 seats. No. That you have booked and that is belongs to you. No one else can use it. Same concept here also. You have booked, as soon as you declare this array, it's going to occupy the 4 memory. If it is integer, double, if it is integer, it is going to enter 0, 0, 0 everywhere. Integer long. If it is double, it is going to enter 0.0 default value. If it is boolean, it is going to enter false. If it is string, it is going to enter null, null everywhere. If I don't assign any value also, if I print it, everywhere it should be null. See, there is a difference between null and empty. So it's not like empty, it's null value. So this is the disadvantage of this kind of array. You declare, it is going to occupy. Okay. So these are the things. Clear? Any question?
Clear. It's clear option.
So you start with this kind of array. You write different kinds of array. You write, this kind of array for different data types also. You write the other one also. And you write some looping. You try those programs and all today. Tomorrow, we'll talk about two-dimensional array. Okay. And then we'll be moving to the concept called methods. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me now.
Abhishek, you told the empty, right? Empty is, can that be occupied? Some other,
Sorry.
the memory. You were talking about empty, right? Null is that we can't use.
Yeah, null is
The
like,
empty can be used.
yeah, empty can be used. Empty is nothing. You can't see it here also. Empty means it's available for everyone, right?
Okay. And what about the zero? I mean,
Zero also you
it
can't
was
use because see, as soon as you declare some array, he put zero in all the fields.
okay. That is still occupied.
Default value. No one else can use this full memory.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So that's it. I'm going to share it.